And then right after, I ended up getting a TikTok message saying that I got banned, and that's when I realized that this girl banned me. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to a super embarrassing story. So today's story all takes place back actually 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, if you guys don't know, we were blowing up on TikTok, and it was one of the coolest things ever because we hit over 1 million followers, thanks to you guys, obviously. And one thing I realized that once you start blowing up on TikTok, you have the ability to actually message other people and comment on their videos. And then usually what happens is that since you're a bigger TikToker, as they would say, people would start noticing it. So I remember me realizing this. I ended up basically commenting on a lot of different TikToks and stuff because I enjoyed going through TikTok 3 years ago. But then one thing led to another. I remember one of the most craziest things ended up happening. I remember I ended up basically seeing this TikToker, and this girl was a very beautiful girl on TikTok. She had over like, I want to say 200,000 followers at the time, and she was really attractive. And I remember what I decided to do was I decided to comment on her video saying, hey, you look really cute. Now, me thinking that this comment wasn't going to change anything, wasn't going to change my life, nothing. Well, boy, was I wrong, because what ended up happening was actually really insane. Where I remember one time I was sitting on my desk actually recording a video like I'm doing right now, and out of nowhere, I remember I ended up getting a notification on my phone. My phone said that someone followed me, and once I looked at the username, I kind of recognized it, but I didn't know from what. Because like I said earlier, this was just from my For You page that I saw earlier. And when I clicked on it to see who the follow was from, I remember I ended up realizing that it was from the girl that was a thirst trap. And if you guys don't know what a thirst trapper is, by the way, a thirst trapper is when the girl basically records herself looking like she was really into you and wants to do the Devil's Tango. That's the really best way I can describe thirst trapper, but I mean, here's the actual definition if you really want it. But I will say this, I was never expecting her to follow me back. I remember when she followed me back, I decided that it would be funny if I actually DM'd her, because once you follow a person back, you actually have the ability to actually message them. So that's what I did. I ended up basically shooting her a message saying, hey, like, I thought you were super cute, and basically tried rizzing her up. But at that moment, I remember she actually ended up messaging me back right away saying, oh my goodness, Bubba, I actually love your story times. Now, when a girl says that she likes my story times, it's kind of mind-boggling because, to be honest, I don't know how many girls watch my videos. So if you're a girl, comment down below and tell me, because I don't think girls naturally just watch my videos for fun, because it would be very surprising to me if a girl was watching my videos. But going on with the story, but basically, I remember this girl ended up telling me that she loved my stories, and I was actually kind of happy. It made me realize that like it was really cool how another TikToker basically watched my videos. So I remember me and her started messaging a lot over the time. And I remember me and her, we actually started messaging more and more, and it got to the point where I actually ended up telling her to join my Discord server. If you guys don't know, I have a Discord server where I basically talk to all you guys in and basically communicate with you guys. So if you guys do want to join the Discord server, it's in the description down below. So I would advise clicking on the link and joining. But anywho, back to the story. I remember when she joined my Discord, instantly she ended up joining a call with me. And me and her, we started talking about becoming, you know, famous and wanting to become big content creators and stuff. And basically me and her had the same type of dream. But then me and her, we started playing games together, and it was actually really fun, you know, hanging out with other TikTokers and all this stuff because, well, to be honest, when I was blowing up at the time, I wasn't really fully in the universe of talking to other YouTubers and content creators. But I remember as me and her were playing games though, she would always basically like kind of like talk to me and try to like flirt with me and stuff. And I found this kind of really cute and weird at the same time because this girl's never met me in person, nothing. But I decided that, you know, why not flirt back? And basically me being the Rizzler that I was, I ended up basically, I guess, pulling her. And it got to the point where I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a big mistake, because I remember as the weeks went on, she kept basically messaging me and she kept like, I don't know, being obsessed with me to the point where I'm not gonna lie, it got to the point where I added her on all social medias and she would just not let me breathe. By that I mean that she would always, and I mean always, just want to call me, talk to me, text me. Like I had no time for myself to even work on my videos. And her, well, the only types of videos she has to do is stand in front of a camera and like, I don't know, pull her cherries out. So I mean, for her it wasn't that difficult, but for me, I had to make sure that I actually got my work done. I remember there were times where I ended up ignoring her and stuff, and I basically laid on my bed one time and started scrolling through TikTok once again, because that was like a natural thing for me to do. And as I was laying in my bed scrolling through TikTok, I saw that there was a girl with a really funny post about her making something. I think she was like cooking some sort of like cake or whatever, and I love the cake and the way it looks, so I remember I decided to basically comment, hey, that's a really nice cake, and I ended up following this TikToker. Now, I think you guys kind of understand where this is going, annoying because I remember I ended up getting a notification from this girl that was, you know, my TikTok girlfriend, I guess at the time. And she ended up basically messaging me saying, Bubba, why'd you comment under this TikTok post? Do you know who this girl is? Are you talking to her too? No, I just followed her because she had a really cool cake. I didn't mean it like that. Wait, are you talking about her cake, like her peach? Are you kidding me right now? You're flirting with other girls. No, I'm not flirting with other girls. I just meant like her actual cake. She does cooking. From there, she ended up straight up ignoring me. And I remember things got really, really bad because she ended up not talking to me for a long time. And me thinking that she was just over me, I decided to just move on and keep working on my own thing. But boy, was I wrong, because what ends up happening next, I think was severely illegal. I remember basically I was sitting in my Discord server just hanging out in my general call, and out of nowhere I ended up seeing this girl join. The girl that I was, I guess, talking to, that was my TikTok girlfriend. And she ended up basically talking to me saying, Bubba, I want you to be honest with me. Can you please just unfollow her? Like, seriously, just do it right now. Unfollow who? The girl with like the cake that you keep talking about. Wait, you want me to unfollow her? Why? She's really nice and she's actually a really cool TikToker. Like, I like her videos. No, Bubba, you have to unfollow her right now. I remember she got really aggressive with me and she just wanted me to unfollow her. But me, I told her that she can't tell me what to do because, well, like, I'm not a simp. I'll follow who I want to follow. And obviously her hearing that, she did not want to have any of it. And I remember she ended up leaving the call and texted me right after that I would regret not following her. Now, at this moment, I didn't think she could do anything. And I didn't think, like, you know, other TikTokers really have the power to do anything as well. But I am not joking when I say this. This is where the story gets from crazy to like insane. Because I remember like 4 hours went by and I ended up getting a notification on my phone. And this notification was actually another follow, but from the girl that ended up making the cake in the first place that I followed earlier. And I remember when she followed me, I found it awesome. And I'm like, whoa, like this girl's really good at baking. Like, this is awesome. She followed me for some reason. And I started kind of worrying because out of nowhere, right as I go into my TikTok page, I ended up seeing a text message out of nowhere saying, Bubba, you're hitting her up right now. I know exactly what you're doing. Now at this moment, I found it really weird and I started like looking around my room thinking like, is she like here right now? Like, I don't feel alone right now. And I didn't understand how this girl knew that she followed me back because at the time, I think we hit over like 1.2 million followers. And I found it super, super weird how she was like basically tracking my following. But when she texted me that like she saw that she followed me, she ended up texting me right after again saying, Bubba, that's it. You're done for. And I ended up basically like questioning what that meant until one thing led to another. Out of nowhere, when I got that text message, I ended up getting banned. I don't know how. Out of nowhere, like my TikTok app just closed on my phone and I got banned. I ended up stressing out and thinking, how in the world did this just happen? And I started freaking out. And I remember I ended up basically going on my computer as fast as I could and trying to reach out to TikTok support. I even posted a tweet about it, about me worrying and freaking out about it. Like, it made no sense how I got banned. I remember I was sitting on my Discord server, just basically like trying to like figure out what's the best thing to do. And I ended up hearing this girl join once again. This girl joins and she says, Bubba, see, I told you lose everything if you follow her. Now I'm out of here. And she ended up leaving. At this moment, I knew that maybe talking to other TikTokers wasn't a really good idea because, well, I don't know. It feels like TikTok nowadays just leans more towards girls than guys on the platform. I know that sounds really weird and sexist, but it just makes sense to me after that experience. And I will say this, I ended up getting the account unbanned, luckily, but all I'm gonna say is that you guys should fall for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys.